You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So, I finally got a fucking good night's sleep last night, and it has made the world of difference. I'm still completely wrecked, but at least I don't feel like fucking death. Jesus Christ, I was feeling so fucked yesterday. I was absolutely at the end of it, at the end of my tether. But today I fucking had a bit of a chill in and then I went for a huge fucking walk. I was like, I'm just gonna fucking walk anywhere. I'm just gonna go for like a fucking 2 hour walk from Queens to like the back of Brooklyn around Greenpoint or something like that. We'll see how it all goes. And then I completely forgot about the weather and how fucking cold it was. I step outside and I'm like, this is gonna be fucking brutal. But I'd already made my plan and I started walking and it was fucking cold. First thing, my nose felt like it was fucking about to fall off. My hands were freezing. I haven't got the clothes for a full hardcore winter. I'm just wearing a jacket and a llama fucking wool sweater underneath and just jeans and some runners. You need gloves here because your extremities get colder. Your feet and your hands and the tip of your nose get fucking freezing. So if you can just put a little hoodie on the tip of your nose, have some nice socks and some gloves, you're all right. But I had nowhere I could put my hands. I had my jacket pocket, but it was too thin and they were just getting fucking cold. And my jeans pockets were worse. But I just kept on walking and I was like, fuck, I used to do Wim Hof for like 3 weeks 4 years ago. So I was taking in the big breaths, doing but it's a real cool fucking walk if you want to see a little bit of different stuff in New York. So Queens and all the way down towards Greenpoint. Up until like Greenpoint, it's all like soul of the earth, fucking mechanics, like hardworking, laboring fucking motherfuckers. All the delis are fucking dives, all the shops are fucking dives, like my sort of places. So I got to, I think it was Long Island City, somewhere around there. I had to cross some bridge, but just before the bridge, I was getting extremely hungry and extremely cold and very tired from the cold and the walking. And I hadn't eaten in 24 hours. Accidentally, fucking, I wanted to eat, but I fucking just fell asleep and then I didn't have dinner and shit like that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to stop at one of these places, just fucking any old shithole. The bigger the shithole, the better in my books. So I finally found a place that was worthy. It was a deli jammed in between two mechanics. The fucking sign was falling down. It was a dive from fucking way back. It was so bad that I was even hesitant to fucking eat there. Like, I think it's just for Guatemalan mechanics that have moved to the US. That's the type of place. So I go in and I don't even know what to order at delis. So I look at the menu and I'm just like, get me a fucking Cuban hero or whatever it is, a Cubana. Bit of ham, bit of pork and ham mixed together. It's genius. And I wasn't expecting much. I sat down, there was a few fucking, I don't know what they were. They looked like they were from Bolivia or something. Sitting there drinking some beers, some Modelo or whatever it is. And then my hero comes out, and I swear to God, if that hero was sold anywhere in Australia, I would travel interstate to eat it. That's how fucking good it was. It was loaded with like pork and pickle and fucking ham. And they gave me a little side of fucking potato salad, which was a fucking nice surprise. And it was massive and it was so fucking delicious. I'm not joking. I would eat there like 4, 5 times a week if they were in Australia. This divey, shitty deli that no one would go to. No one. It's better than any of the fucking hipster food I had around Brooklyn or fucking even most of the stuff in Manhattan. It was so fucking good. And it was cheap. It was $10. I don't know if that is cheap, but it fucking felt cheap. So I finished that and I was re-energized and it's just fucking time to walk again. So I just start walking and I don't know what the bridge was. It was some shitty bridge that looked like it was falling down. So I crossed some river or some water and went over the other side and you can slowly see it. Once I crossed that bridge, you can slowly see the hipster starting to fucking creep in. So not long after I crossed the bridge, I saw my first guy with long hair and glasses, and I'm like, all right, this is where it happens. And it seems that Greenpoint seems to be the transitioning point from salt of the earth, like just real people, to absolute fucking hipster douchebags. I fucking can't stand hipsters. I can't stand their shops. I can't stand their looks, their style. I can't stand the fucking prices they charge for everything. That's for fucking sure. It's not just here either. I hate the fucking hipster areas in fucking Australia too. But if I was ever to move to New York, I reckon I'd be further back towards Queens. I think it was Long Island City. That looked all right. But I don't know if I was there. I just saw a couple of signs. And if you're willing to walk an hour in New York, you can get quite far. It'd eventually wear you out and you wouldn't have time to walk an hour fucking everywhere. Holiday's a little bit different, but if you feel like walking, this is a sick city to walk around because you fucking find little nooks and little adventures everywhere. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the cold, eventually, I was fine. After the hero, it was fine. And so that's it. That's my last day in fucking New York. I'm out of here tonight. I fucking land in LA at like 1 a.m. I go to wherever the fuck I'm staying downtown. And then that's me. I fucking spend the day in LA looking around, thinking, what the fuck? How do people live here? And then I go out to the airport and it's a 14-hour fucking flight and I'm back. I'm back and I'm looking for a fucking job immediately. Fucking like 2 days. Give me 2 days and then I'm looking for a job. Anyway, fucking that'll do it for today. And I'll see you the fuck later.